Well, let's get analysis now with Sami Al-Arian here in Istanbul. He's the director of the Center for Islam and Global Affairs at Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University. Sami, it's always good to speak to you on the News Hour. Considering what we've just seen happen in the Knesset, where does this now leave the two-state solution? Are we looking at a situation where this is just never going to happen?
I don't think there's ever been a serious attempt to implement a two-state solution. From the very beginning, since the Oslo commenced back in 1993, Israel has never really come forward and said that it is for a two-state solution. It's always been a mirage, a myth, a fake process that had been taking place throughout all these years. What we have witnessed in over 3 decades was the expansion of settlements. The number of settlers grew from about 125,000 in 1993. Today, they exceed 750,000. 5 months ago, Israel even voted 99-11, rejecting any notion of a recognition of a Palestinian state. In other words, the rejection of a two-state solution. What we saw today was just another demonstration, another affirmation that there is no peace process, there is no two-state solution, that this was all along a process that allows Israel to absorb the West Bank. So for people to come today and say there had always or ever been any kind of two-state solution is disingenuous.
But there has to be some sort of solution, surely, considering what we've seen take place over the last 9 months and over, of course, so many years. If not a two-state solution, what are the other options?
Israel had that option. They should have chosen 2 out of 3 things. They call it democratic, they want a Jewish majority, and there is the historical land of Palestine. If they choose to be a majority of Jewish in the state, along with a democratic system, that would be the two-state solution. In other words, the exclusion of Palestinians from the land that they call Israel. In that case, they should have accepted two-state solution, but they never accepted that, as I said, in a fake process that has exceeded 30 years. If they choose the historical land of Palestine with a democratic governance, that would be the one-state solution. In other words, they give Palestinians, or Palestinians get to be equal citizens in that state, one man, one vote. That would mean that we basically no longer have a Zionist state. That would be the end of Zionism. And Israel, of course, with all its political strands, they reject that. The other solution that Israel has been implementing and using, which is to keep the land, call themselves democratic, and have a Jewish majority, in other words, a Jewish citizens, that would be to exclude the Palestinians from any political rights, and that is the apartheid system that they have been having and setting in Palestine. That means that eventually the world will not accept that. So they are now opting for a false solution, which is the ethnic cleansing, as we have seen in Gaza. In other words, to try to depopulate, dispossess the Palestinians and exile them from their own land so that they can keep the whole land, call themselves democratic, have a Jewish majority, but without the Palestinians. And I don't think that would happen. And that's basically is the main reason of what happened on October the 7th, which is the resistance. This decision today basically affirms that the only path for the Palestinians left is to resist the occupation, the colonization, and the settlement of the Israelis in the historical land of Palestine.
What do you make of the timing of this passing of this resolution? Netanyahu is headed to the US soon. It's an ally that's been pushing for a two-state solution. The International Court of Justice will also be delivering its opinion on Friday over the legality of Israeli control over the occupied West Bank. This is a particularly difficult and sensitive time for Israel, in particular Netanyahu, who is facing a lot of international pressure from his allies as well as domestic pressure.
Well, Israel has been a master in using defiant moments, particularly towards its partner and its patron, the United States. Always been the case. Whenever an American official, a senior American official goes to Israel, they would announce some sort of settlements, new settlements to be constructed. And today, it's Netanyahu going to the United States. So on the eve of that visit, they come and say there will not be a two-state solution. So forget about announcing or trying to portray that there is any kind of two-state solution. Netanyahu's solution is very simple. that we can get all the things we need, including normalization and recognition by the Arab states, those who are clients of the United States, without having to concede anything to the Palestinians. The Palestinians would have just to be either content with what we offer them, which is to stay on the land, not as citizens, but as subjects, or they have to leave and they can be compensated, or they could be ethnically cleansed, as what's happening in Gaza. These are the choices the Israelis are giving to the Palestinians. And if the Americans don't agree with them, they can do whatever they want. But the Israeli leaders are defiant on this issue, and we have seen this over and over again.
Sami Al-Arian, good to get your analysis, speaking to us there from Istanbul.